All right, guys, we're back with the Beamer and Son garage here. We're still a little bit under the weather. We're getting a lot better though. But we're going to do this finally. We're going to get all these tools out of our hearse, and we're going to put them in this toolbox. And we're going to put the toolbox in the garage, in the basement of the house. So let's get out of here. Let's get this done. Whoa. Hold on, everybody. Okay, there's that. You get this toolbox here. It's a 2-drawer box with an open compartment at the bottom of it. Oh, it's good in there good. Boom. So there's the bottom box that we're going to use to put tools in. And that's going to go in the basement. That'll go in our great basement. It's full of all kinds of bicycles and more junk and more junk and more junk and more bicycles. And, transmissions and generators and all kinds of good stuff. So we're going to have fun getting that in here. But we'll do it. Toolbox in here first. And then we can start packing it full of tools. There's that. Toolbox is in there. And of course, my great organization skills. Here's all my rims and tires, well, some of them, stored down here with a 9-inch rear end. 4 9-inch. I believe it's like a 325 gear or 300, probably 308 gear or something. They came out of a 71 coupe Mustang. It did have a Cleveland in it, so it could be 3 1/4. Could be a 350 gear, but it's a single track. I don't believe it's a posi. But it's a good rear end for a 71, 2 or 3 Mustang. It's the right length for that. And Eleanor out there, she's only got an 8-inch rear end. So we got the rear end for that car. So we got the two-wheeler, we got the wheelbarrow, and we'll roll that up over here in a minute. And you can see I got more tires stacked here. There's some Dodge Plymouth Rallies right there it was on a Challenger, I believe. We got more rims and tires and that we need to do with around here. There's more tires out. Now there's a John Deere push mower I just got from my neighbor. I'm going to see if I can get my son to work on this and try to get this one going. It's pretty cool. We like the John Deere. We'd like anything with John Deere on it. So we love that. We got that for free. Got some more steel or more aluminum rims here. We got all these tools in this hearse, and they got to come out because I got to work on this Challenger. It's time. It's past time. So all these tools are going to basically be two-wheeled and wheelbarrowed up to the basement, and we'll get all this cleaned out. Then we're going to get in here. We're going to clean all this stuff off this Challenger and move some of this stuff around and get in here so we can be able to work and be able to work on the Challenger. So, you know, my goal is to get this Challenger ready to go to the No Name Nationals. If I don't make it, then I don't make it. There's our great tire changer. And there's a bunch of more stuff piled up, tires. And, you know, I moved in here 10 years ago. And when I moved in here, the Challenger wasn't here, of course. I brought it on. I paid $600 for this car. And it's got a badass 340. It's supposed to be a TA block, because basically it's a Trans Am racing block. It's got some kind of special X heads on it. The motor is badass, but you'll hear it running. Once we get this cleaned off, and I get it set back on the ground, and then I'm going to get fuel up to it. I'm going to change the oil. I'm going to put some fresh zinc oil in it. And we're going to get it fired up, get it running. We're going to fix the brakes on it. We're going to do a bunch of other work to it. We're going to put some slicks on it and try to get this thing, you know, to the track. You know, if we don't make it to the No Name Nationals, well, we wish we would have. But I've been checking my schedule, and it's conflicting with the Pumpkin Run, which starts right at October 1st. And I got to double check it with Johnny Parsons, but I'm pretty sure, you know, the end of the No Name National is going to be the 29th and 30th, which is 2 days. And then boom, you know, on the 1st, you know, it's the 29th, it's like the 20th and 30th. And then boom, October 1st. And that's the Pumpkin Run. So I don't know if I can make it. But if I don't, I don't, you know. But I'm going to try to get this car going. And we're going to try to take this either to Cincinnati race place, which is Edgewater. And there's another place over in Kentucky called Thornhill. I might go to Thornhill with this car. I'm going to go to one of them places, and I'm going to do some testing. Hopefully I'll get this car to, you know, one of them drag strips. We'll do a little testing on that. And we'll get these tools out, and we'll get that done, and we'll get all this stuff off this car and move all this stuff here behind so that I could actually work on the car again. And it's been, I think since my mother died, it's going on 2 or 3 years. Since my mother passed away that I've actually worked on this car. But like I was saying, 10 years ago, when I moved in here, my great mother and father bought this property for me. And 10 years ago, when I moved in here, everything just got put here and just dropped. So, you know, this doesn't look that bad, right? Well, it is. It's bad. But what happened in the back room is really a disaster. And it was just carried in here and just dumped. I mean, literally just dropped right where, you know, the people carried it in. So there was no organization to anything. Recently, I got a couple shelves there. I throw them on top of the junk and piles of stuff. So I'm going to try to get in here. My great friend Grove Street OG has actually offered to help. So, you know, whether he actually does it or not, that's another story. But you can see, I try to organize some. You can see I put a grill up on the wall, up on the shelf up there. There's, you know, dry shafts in the corner. I try to organize some, but it was impossible to do it, to be, you know, proper to just flat out say it. The guy that I was moving out of a house that I'd paid rent for 10 years, and I paid him, it was around $100,000. I paid him for a house to rent there, and he was an ass. So we had to get out of there in a hurry, and we didn't have time to organize it, straighten stuff up, and, you know, put things where they needed to go. So they just got dropped, it got dumped, and that was the end of it. And, you know, I'm still dealing with the aftermath of, you know, that move of 10 years ago. You know, you can see my great toolbox there. One of my mini toolboxes, just piled and stuff piled on top of them. And there's another box there. Just, yeah, it's just a mess, you know. But we're going to try to get organized with it. We're going to try to do something with it this year. This is the year to try to do something with this. And it's been so long, you can see there's cobwebs at the front of this car. There's cobweb right there. You can see it. And I hate cobwebs. There's cobwebs behind the compressor. And I just can't stand cobwebs. I can't stand spiders. I can't stand mice. I can't stand snakes. I can't stand any of them creatures that crawl. What was it? Back in the winter, me and my son went to the basement, and there was the biggest spider I've ever seen in the floor of my basement. And I tried to stomp on him, and he moved. and he was, I mean, he was every bit of bigger than my hand. I mean, he was a monster. And he, as far as I know, he's still down there. You know, I don't know if he died over the winter because it got cold down there. I don't know. As far as I know, he's still alive. So, you know, there's, you know, more rear ends down underneath there. There's rear ends in the back. There's carburetors. There's my vise, you know. And I did try to arrange this out here some, but as you can see, you know, it just went, you know, to the waist side of everything. And bolts just fall every time you touch this car. You know, there's parts on top of for the car. There's, you know, there's valve covers for the Mickey Thompson valve covers. There's a door panel. This window has to be put back on track correctly. That one's done over there. I had to put window tracks in it and nightmare. But I ripped all the interior out of this car, and this was a 10-second drag car with full interior. So I'm hoping that once, you know, I get it all cleaned off and get it going, get it back together, get it on the road, I'm hoping it's going to be quicker than that, because this car had steel fenders, steel bumpers, full interior, and it ran in 10s. And now I've took all the interior out. I've lightened it up. I got fiberglass fenders on it. It's going to get a glass hood, some other glass parts on it. But I'm thinking it should be a 9-second quarter-mile car. That's what I'm hoping. So there's my great garage and my organization skills. That didn't happen because of this ass of a landlord I had. We had to move in a hurry. And we didn't have any time to do anything. In the past 10 years, I haven't done much either. I've worked and, you know, made money and paid some bills. And, you know, now it's, you know, I've lost my great mother. And it's time to get on to it. Was that a ball joint install? Yeah, it's another ball joint installer tool. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I found something there from my great friend, Dale Smith. I was talking to him about me needing my ball joint tools. And there's one kit there. There's two other kits. And I don't even know where they're at. I was looking for one kit that's a red kit, and then a gray kit that I need to find for Dale, because he's got a upper ball joint on his truck that I need to put in for him, and I don't know where them kits are at. There's a red kit and another gray kit, so I'm going to have to dig them up. I do got that ball joint kit, but I don't know if that's got all the tools in it, all the pieces and spacers I'm going to need to install his, wow, is that it right there? Yep, that's one. Okay. So I probably got enough to do it. I could like to find, oh, there it is. There's a gray box. Okay, so I need to call Dale. I got all the ball joint adapters and stuff I need probably to do that. There's a gray kit there, and there's that kit there, and there's another kit in the back. So there's, you know, I got another kit you know, I just found in the, I forgot I bought, that's in the hearse. So I should have enough to do. My friend Dale Smith, I'll give him a shout. Of course, I want to get this stuff out, get this, you know, arranged, and then I'm going to give him a shout. And there's that 340. That car, this car has just a radical 340. It's going to impress you people because the first time I heard it, one of the biggest hot rodders I know, Johnny Parsons, heard this engine run. And when he heard this engine run, Johnny got jealous. I mean, I hate to say it, but my buddy got jealous. He heard the engine run. He knows I gave $600 for the whole motor, car, transmission, rear end, everything. I gave $600 for the whole shebang here. And he can't buy it. And he got jealous as you know what, that I got this car and he didn't get it. Now, it's got some weight reduction already. And you can see the weight reduction. So I don't have to do a lot of lightening to it. You know, Mother Nature's already done the weight reduction. But I'd really like to get these doors put together and then somehow get me some glass doors for it. It's probably going to have a roll cage in it, and I'm not doing it. But for safety, you know, it probably should have some kind of cage put in this car because this car is mean. And this car hurts you. This car will put you in the grave. I mean, literally, you ain't coming back, you know, with something like this. If you wreck in this car and you're going at a high rate of speed, you're probably going to die. So I may have to, you know, take some precautions and put a roll cage in it. I don't want to, but I may be forced to. It just depends what, we'll see what they say. You know, I don't know if I can pass tech with it anyways, but we're going to see if we can get it together, get it running, get it safe. and then see if we can pass tech with it, then run the car and see what happens. So I don't know what's going to happen with that car. I don't know what they're going to say down at the track. You know, I'm going to try to see if I can get some kind of rules and some kind of something to tell me about, you know, the tech inspection I'm going to have to pass. You know, because I don't know if, you know, what I can do with this car to make it pass, but I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make it so I can just take it down the quarter or eighth or something to run it. I don't really want to run an eighth mile. That eighth miles for pussy guys. Eighth miles for pussies. I'm a quarter mile guy. I mean, I come from the old days when, you know, you ran, you know, 1,320 feet. That's what, you know, drag racing was about. Running a quarter mile, not running this little eighth, you know, crap, you know, that's pussy shit. But that's me. That's just the way I am. I'm old school. You know, I'm an old street racer from the, you know, from the late 70s. I've been street racing since 1978. And I got a reputation of beating people on the street. I ran a lot of people on the street and just whipped their butts, you know. And the car I did it with was, of course, you know, that one right there. That Mach 1. That car, I whipped a lot of people with that car. So I don't think we're going to be using it. We're going to this. And this car there should whip the Mach 1 all day long. So that's what we got. That's what we're doing today. We're cleaning up. We're going to try to get this, you know, once we get this toolbox, tools out of the hearse, we got to go, we got to go somewhere with this stuff. You know, I don't know where, you know, where you're going to put, you know, so we're going to take this stuff off this car and we're going to put it in the hearse once we clean the hearse out. And once we get that done, then we'll be able to drop it down, you know, work on the car a little bit, get it running, get it driving. We'll have to move this whole line of vehicles all the way out. So we're going to move the Mach, the box truck, the rollback, all them Pontiacs, the truck, but move all that out of the way. And then we'll be able to get a car in and out of here. And I'm going to widen the driveway in the process and give you some more parking. So, okay, wish me luck, guys. So we'll see you in the next one at Beamer and Son Garage. And check out our friends, Actions Auto Parts, Jedediah, Scott Speed Shop. And give them some love. Check their channels out. And we'll see you in the next one, Beamer and Son Garage. See you then. Bye-bye.